Hola, Hispanic Patriots. Here we are again in Tropico. We are testing out some new equipment, so, you know, give us some feedback on how this all sounds, looks, etc. But everyone's probably enjoying the inauguration right now. We've got a little bit of time before the parade. We're shooting this right after the speech. Amazing speeches, amazing benedictions. Really loved it. But here's the question on everybody's minds. Where is Kamala Harris going to go when she is no longer vice president, which is right now? Right now, Kamala Harris is not the vice president. Right now, Kamala Harris is not the vice president. Right now, Kamala is not the vice president. Isn't that a great thing to say? But unfortunately for the poor citizens of this island, she is now, as we talked about before, the dictatress of this island. This is Kamala Harris's compensation, if you will, for losing the election. And not wanting to incur the wrath of a incompetent politician. I was going to say woman scorned, but is that really what we're dealing with here? You got to give her something. You got to give her something. So here we are again in Tropico to help Kamala maybe make it through the next however many years she's able to exile herself on this island. So, we all remember how the game goes, so we're going to try to speedrun this a little bit because we are basically doing this in the break time. So, let's quickly remake the Constitution. Everyone votes. Obviously, we want to make everything secular. Make everyone, you know, everyone's got to die for Kamala. Democracy. Do we really need that? Do we really need to? I guess we got to have democracy, right? We're the Democratic Party. Workers' paradise. We want that. Immigrants' nation. Total state control. We know that that's what they want. Plutocracy now. Planned economy, plutocracy, free market. Well, Kamala's more on the California communist side. So let's go with planned economy. Total propaganda. Complete, utter propaganda from the media. That's what we want. So, boom.
Special prize today. Everyone who guesses a number of the current amendment to the Constitution wins a free drink. Anyone who has even the slightest idea what's in it will also get a drink, because he's definitely not drunk enough. Finally, the grand prize for the night and any other night. All cute guys get a free date with me.
All of them? Wow, that must be exhausting. Alright, no fracking. No, we want waste sorting. Sort your garbage. Legalize drugs in a video game. YouTube. Legalize same-sex marriage in a video game. Everybody else. Social engineering and smear campaigns. We're going to smear the opposition, and we're going to help. Let's go with the environmentalists. The environmentalists. That's probably globalists. Globalists. There you go. Put that in the comments. Globalists, communists, or environmentalists. Which one does Kamala Harris love the most? Right now, probably not globalists. They didn't help her win, so we're going to go with the old environmentalists. You know what's hilarious is that we did this, these two edicts. I hope this is the smear campaign and that we're not doing this completely opposite. Unless it's just, you know, everywhere Kamala Harris goes, she backfires in terms of gaining support. Well, she actually evoked a religion a little bit, so we're gonna go with the nationalists. That's the one that Kamala Harris hates the most. Mortgage subsidies. Everybody gets a house they can't afford. Geological surveys. Make sure we get everything on the island carried up in terms of knowing where the coal is and where not to mine it. No right to bear arms. No, definitely not. Alright. So, we all remember how this works. We have to help Kamala Harris survive her time in office here. She survived 4 years as vice president, poorly. So let's see if we could do better here. Some houses probably be helpful. So once again, everybody at Hispanic Patriot, we want to wish all of you guys happy Inauguration Day, happy result of your vote, really. Most of you, all of you, at least most of you that we know, it's actually, even leftists that I know, I don't think voted for Biden this year, actually. So we're gonna go with, yeah, everybody who's watching, who is happy with the result. Thank you so much for everything you did this election cycle. Thank you for everything that we accomplished. So you will be seeing us. We just did a video, not just a few minutes ago, actually, covering the speeches and everything for the inauguration. Go and check that out. That'll be in the link in the description. Coming up, we'll be covering the parade, and we'll have, my sources tell me, live report from the inaugural ball. So that's really sort of the thing, the cherry on the cake that you're all going to be wanting to look forward to. So thank you so much for sticking with all of us all this time. Look at the poor saps that had it. There's 200 of them because this is mostly like the celebrities and the failed politicians who wanted to come with Kamala into exile. We're starting with 200, not 50 this time, because Donald Trump has won. There's a lot more people who claim to want to leave America. So, but they are going to need better houses, or at least more houses at the very least. So we're going to build a little neighborhood right south of here, right far away. This is way too close to Kamala Harris's house, actually. We know how Democrats feel about living next to little people. They don't like it. So we're going to move them far away over here. Sure, who needs road symmetry? Alright, that seems far enough away. So, in this neighborhood, we want to make sure that everybody is following. Never mind, we won't put in any police. Remember, defund the police. Let's see, no churches, no police stations. We're gonna play this run, a little speed run, full Democrat mode. Full Democrat mode, completely. So, no churches, no police stations. Asylums are problematic. We probably need education, so we're probably going to put like 3 colleges in a row. It's a giant college campus basically over here. I mean, now foreign leaders are probably going to be somebody that Kamala Harris wants very close to her. They're really probably, I was going to say her only friends left, but let's be honest, no. So one thing that we're going to be doing in the next few days on Hispanic Patriot is reflecting on the Biden-Harris administration in general. And, of course, how much of a disaster it was, but mostly I'm going to be focused on the foreign policy aspects, how the administration handled foreign policy, because quite frankly, I think it was atrocious. More atrocious than really any other facet of the Biden-Harris administration. I would say foreign policy was the most egregious. And I'll be talking about why. So look forward to that. Alright, we're going to...
Flights have finally arrived in Tropico. Boy, have I been waiting. Better surfboards, plastic surgery, nicer swimsuits, better cocktails, and above all, a new culture embracing travel, adventure, and daydreaming. It's so cool and new, it feels like the 60s all over again.
I really like that take, actually, that the modern world is just a worse version of the 60s. And as all of you who lived through the 60s know, if any of you are watching this part of the channel at least, that really everything that's the 60s are known for really happened in the 70s. So we also can't have logging and factory farming. Now, Kamala also needs chocolate. She needs chocolate. She is upset. She lost the election. She needs chocolate. So we're going to build a chocolate farm. But unfortunately for her, there is nowhere nearby that is good for chocolate. Nowhere. Maybe like right here-ish. There we go. Of course, she had to pick... Kamala Harris found the only place on the island that was good for planting chocolate. Even inoculations, it is plus 100 efficiency. Some of the ways to maximize efficiency in this game can get ridiculous. This game actually kind of gets broken towards the modern age if you're extremely successful. Mostly because the game just doesn't know how to deal with like 100,000 population or 10,000 population rather. Not that I don't think Kamala Harris will get to that though. So we have Kamala Harris chilling out here next to her embassies that are being constructed. I'm just gonna automatically build the guard tower.
You know the economy is doing well when your dictator buys golden AKs for his palace guards.
You like whispering.
I don't know what that was in reference to, but I like how Kamala immediately gets up to leave. It's like, I know you're not. I know she's not talking about me right now. Heard that on the radio immediately. We got the Kamala Harris shantytown over here, as everyone patiently waits for their dear Leatress to do literally anything about it. Building a dry dock in-game. This thing basically makes your imports much faster, so you want it pretty much immediately. And remember, we have unlimited money, because that's the only way that socialism works. In the future, we'll probably, now the election's over, we'll probably be talking more about the nuances of political opinion, because obviously socialism, communism, every single ideology that we know today has really deep meanings, has really deep foundations. We want to be trying to dispel in the future and today, we really want to be dispelling the myths about ideologies, and we'll be doing that in a series of videos coming up soon. But one thing we can all agree on is that Kamala Harris deserves her own nuclear submarine and aircraft carrier. How else is she going to protect herself from Donald Trump's inevitable invasion of this country, which we actually have the ability to provoke? You said it, Chief. But, so, we're going to be making the budget as low as possible for the military, of course. No military budget. They can do all of their job with barely any budget at all, is apparently Democrat logic regarding the military. I remember telling a friend of mine, actually, a long time ago, and they seem to have a deep understanding of this, is that the military is always going to be a conservative institution because you're always going to want or have conservative people be the people who are meant to potentially die for their country. Liberality being mostly about quality of life. There's a reason why most Democrats tend to not shun life sacrifices, sacrifice the ultimate sacrifices, but just in my opinion, I don't believe that a lot of, especially traditional Democrats, understand death as much as conservatives do. And that would be an interesting philosophical topic for another video. You guys will be seeing a lot more coming from us now that the election is over. We're going to be focusing more on culture, focusing more on the downstream of politics. That's what Andrew Breitbart, who is a figure I wish was brought up more nowadays, said that politics is downstream from culture. Absolutely believe that. Donald Trump has really proven that. But Kamala Harris needs an airport. She needs an ability to get in and get out if she needs to, because we never know what life will bring. It certainly didn't bring a presidential victory. So as I said, we need the presidential chocolate factory. It is right here. Here she is, right here. She is prepared, ready for this chocolate. Boy. There it is, the Kamala Harris chocolate factory. What a beautiful picture. Alright, so chocolate factory needs sugar as well as cocoa, so we have that. Can also produce it with milk, which we don't have right now. Natural surrogates, 20% less resources, but it'll produce more pollution, which is fine, because the important thing is that Kamala Harris has her chocolate. We're gonna have to move the road to the airport because it's blocking the sugar. And that sugar is very important, because again, without it, we cannot make this chocolate. And Madam President Dictatress, why do we do that in English real quick? Is that sometimes a female is a trix? Is that offensive, you know? But liberals out there. But so a female is a trix. Sometimes. But not all female positions are trix. And nowadays I feel like a lot of people would associate that word with not the greatest connotations. So you know what? Dictate her. There we go. Dictate her. Hey, dictate her is speaking, alright? It would just be much better as Madam Presidente, but I'm really looking at that nuclear program right here, but I don't think they would give Kamala nukes. Maybe a nuclear-powered submarine, but definitely not a nuclear weapon.
A new era of knowledge is upon us.
Science lab. Okay, we do need something. We need something to research new technologies, so we'll build that. Next to the chocolate factory, so the Kamala can build chocolate better, question mark. Okay, we have electricity, so we can build a hospital now, so I guess the people are gonna want that, so. This is gonna turn into the worst commie block ever, honestly, this little area over here. Okay, now that we have electricity, we can build a supermarket as well as a hospital, so people will have food that we're not growing. That's it, so we have our first little neighborhood here. People will no longer have to, well, not as many people at least, will have to live in the shanty towns. Let's build another construction facility to kind of speed this up. We don't want to have to pay for everything now. Yeah, the construction area can go right next to the shanty town, destroying some in the process. So what we don't want is factory farms or anything like that. We want to go all organic. All organic, which prevents... See, one of the things that hydroponic farms will do in the game is that it will allow you to grow crops pretty much anywhere you want. Same with the factory farms. So really, being a liberal in this game just restricts you from any kind of prosperity at all, you know. So again, very, very realistic. Like, this would kind of be the mistake that I would expect. Well, we make apartment buildings near the farms so that everybody has really efficient, you know what I mean? It's like that. Who cares that the high rises will obstruct the sun? All right, let's see what we can put down over here. Newspaper. We definitely need some kind of New York Times. We need some kind of New York Times, definitely. Over there. Let's fund that New York Times. Alright, so now we have one other Democrat policy, agriculture subsidies. Definitely want that. At least we always have old reliable over here. Martial law. We need to make a police station before we can enact sensitivity training. Wow, isn't that amazing? We need to have police before we can train police to be less efficient. Okay, apparently police is needed but near the shanty towns. There we go, the only police station in the entire island, right next to the presidential palace. Why wouldn't it?
A shout out to the Tropico police who just got a new home. Officer Mendez, you know you can strip search me anytime. Also, you forgot your handcuffs. I kept them as a little memento. But if you need them, I could take your hat instead.
This is basically because I didn't make the building permit edict, which you should do if you're building literally more than any a couple of places. Look, we could have put a movie theater right there, you know? Nice, very nice. See, the trick is to make a place that you would like to live in. So take note, Joe Biden and crew. Well, I guess you don't have to anymore because you guys aren't president anymore. Whoever really was the president. One thing the modern world also has very well is metro stations. Since we only have one, we'll put another one over here and expect it to be the main way that everybody gets to work. You know, country house just not the most efficient here. Guard tower and a metro station. That's what people want in their agricultural areas. And of course to make Teamsters to actually move everything. Very important. Now, one thing that Kamala Harris doesn't really have is a lot of money in her Swiss bank account. That's just tragic. We're gonna level her up. So as we talked about before, this is the dynasty system. All these people here are gonna help Kamala, I don't know, hopefully succeed for her, I guess. She converts people when cheating in elections, which is very, very important, and improves workers' approval for the regime. So they have to have jobs before they support the party. Very, very applicable to real life, obviously, with Donald Trump winning so much with unemployed people, with working class people. Isn't that amazing also that we have sort of retired the term lower class? There is not really a lower class in the world these days. At least in America, we really don't have this ideal. We don't like this idea at all. It's really amazing that we are living out that ideal every day. Yeah, our first export is a little bit of meat. Yeah, that ain't gonna bring the budget down. We need this chocolate. This chocolate is just exactly the only thing that's gonna keep the economy afloat. So whatever Kamala can't eat, whatever Kamala can't stress eat, is gonna go to national export. Okay, we also need some other food. So pineapples, very important. Too bad we can't make coconuts, but, you know, then people would fall out of them. And Kamala's mom's saying will have no meaning at all, and we can't have that. Okay, we'll put the banana patch next to the coal mine that we're not going to create. Food for the people is not as important as the chocolate factory, though, so we need that. We need a high school. High school has become, like, way more important in the game. The sort of, you need them for factory labor, basically. Which is the more or less origin of the high school, so. Alright, so we're a little bitter as Kamala Harris at the United States right now. So we're going to invite China instead. We're going to praise China, praise Xi Jinping, praise Winnie the Pooh, and maybe he will help us. We can only hope, apparently. The religious leader broken in her shack with her one baby, I guess. That usually means the character's husband died, so, I mean, this... Taxing legalized stuff, but at least we have legalized drugs. You know, hey, you know, your husband's gone, your baby's aborted, but at least you can take legalized drugs, right? This is just a Democrat's paradise at this point. Tom McDonald or somebody, get on that. Living in a Democrat's paradise, that parody song, I am very surprised no one has done that yet. I'm certainly not going to do it. Decrease the cost of import fees, we need that. It's not the greatest shoreline here. I'm just trying to build a dock, man. Okay, here we go. Now you're probably asking, why are we building a dock when we can barely afford anything? It's mostly for trade. Apparently the EU needs logs, but we don't have that, and Russia needs planks. Well, I guess we can cut down some trees, but instead of cutting down trees, though, why don't we make a pharmaceutical company, though? That would be a much healthier way to make money, right? Let's see here, can we do this? Yes, we can. Like Obama said, yes we can. We can build these pharma corps. Just like Obama said. We can't build it around the road, though, with this construction office here. Oh well, Democrat inefficiencies, man. What can we say? Firing construction workers that we need the labor of. Again, just Democrat traditions here. Democrat. Yeah, we'll put the construction office over here by the high schools. I don't know what lesson we're trying to give the kids on that one, but. All right, we got chocolate and pharmaceuticals. Oh man, we need those pharmaceuticals. Wait, oh yeah. What does Kamala Harris do on a desert island all by herself when she just lost an election? Pharmaceuticals and chocolate.
Try the new antidepressant from Tropico Chem, the company that puts you ahead of profit. I used to be a sad and miserable person.
We all remember
but
that.
Not anymore. Thanks to Chirinax, I can now smile and laugh. I am the life of every party. There are no known side effects, except pure joy.
Well, that was dystopian AF, yeah, folks? Dangerous waste disposal. Okay, so the chocolate factory is running really well now. We actually probably need another one at this point. We might need another power plant, though. Geothermal is not by itself enough, usually. Yeah, we're gonna need another one. Or just more people working at the geothermal plant, apparently, because... I mean, unless we want to be like California and have power outages, because we absolutely can do that. Okay, instead let's make a tidal power plant. Tidal power plant. Interesting. And for anyone who has noticed, yes.
Of electrical outages today. We even had some trouble here at the bar.
There it is.
The rodeo bull stopped working for half an hour until I got 2 electric eels to power it up.
So if anyone noticed, we do have a couple of extra buildings this time around. We have some additions to the game before, and one of those is Drone Command, which we will produce as soon as we have more electricity. We have a perfectly good coal power plant, right? Like coal mine right here, but we know that coal is dirty. Coal is dirty and bad, so we can't have it. Gold mine, however, I mean, jewelry, electronics, we need that. We're just gonna rename this place to Cope Island, basically, is what we're going to be doing here. Let's see, what else can we build? Fashion company. Definitely need that. An electronics factory. Yep, absolutely. We need to find some bauxite. Some bauxite. Oh, that is not what we wanted to do at all. There we go, that's more like it. So we got the golden bauxite that's necessary for the electronics factory in just a bit. We have no research points at all. Wow, okay. We need to... We have this science lab, which, you know what? Yep. We're just gonna have to quick build these. This is... $9,000 for the...
lab, and just in time too, as my cocktail repertoire badly needs an upgrade. Maybe I can share recipes and experience with the big brains there. I bet they can learn a thing or two from me as well.
Wouldn't doubt that. Let's see. At some point, we're just not going to have enough workers at this point. We have unemployed workers, but none of them are college graduates, so... Gonna have to invite some foreign tech specialists. We're gonna have to make use of those H-1B visas that we all love so much. All research also takes college workers, so... It's gonna be a bit before we get this. Yeah, I guess we have to pay the military a slight amount before anyone will actually want to... It's all college workers, though, you know. For a nation of Democrats, don't exactly have a well-educated population. But at least the pharmaceutical company is working. That's the most important thing. Again, especially for Kamala. But at least we have our $900 from drugs, you know, that'll really make a dent in our finances here. Ah, yes, we almost forgot the sensitivity training for the police that we... Let's see what we got here. Commuting programs. Reducing the number of people that have... Oh, well, you definitely want that. Reducing the number of people that can use cars at all. Social Security, alright, we want that. We want that. And a wealth tax. Tax everybody that has money. Anybody that even has remotely any money right now, tax them. We need it.
You know what the new hospital means, ladies? Cute doctors. I think I may just get sick and catch me a good doctor real soon. When hunting doctors, you have to remember one thing. They scare easily. So you always have to wear excellent makeup as camouflage.
It's gonna be about a month before we have... Again, let's build another geothermal power plant somewhere on the island. Actually build those anywhere. Can't wait to build Drone Command. This is probably gonna be my favorite. Radar over there. A Ministry of Information. Right next to the police station. That'll be good. A dungeon. It's funny, a dungeon takes the place of a prison in the game early on, so... Do we want a dungeon or a prison? A prison behind the Ministry of Information. That sounds about right, guys, right? defense headquarters here. And make just a series of little beautiful things here, you know. Why shouldn't there be something like this leading to the place where bad foreign policy decisions are made? Let's go with this. Doesn't that just look beautiful? Well, let's see if any of the new... This is way here. A little, not... Just little too big. A little too big. But we can put a police blimp behind there. So these police blimps, you can basically put them anywhere around the island, and they will quite literally just reduce crime in that area. How they do it? That's a good question. I like the idea that there's this sort of dinky ranger station next to the defense sector there, the defense headquarters there. Yeah, we'll make drone headquarters right over there. The drone headquarters is really the thing I want to play around with the most about this. Just because it just sounds the most dystopian, you know? We are right now trying to coordinate, figure out when we are going back. Because we just got word right now that President Trump is already in the White House to sign executive orders. Right away, just getting straight to work, not wasting any time. There will be a parade at the Capital One Arena, but we will see how things are televised and go from there. Either way, we have an announcement. We do have some coverage that will be coming from the inaugural ball, so look out for that. We do have 3 board members. I could be wrong, there could be more board members, but there are 3 board members that I am aware of from the Colorado Hispanic Republicans that are presently there on the ground in DC right now. And we actually want to give a big shout out talking about all the military stuff. There is a lot that needs to be said and done about harassment in the military, and so we want to give a big shout out to Adam DeRito and his DeRito Act. We did see him with Pete Hegseth and Marco Rubio. I have a lot more experience pronouncing one of those names than the other, and we will see from him. We might actually set up an interview with him in the future, very soon, how this act to protect our men and women who come forward to hold our military, who hold us accountable. You know, accountability is something that proves the superiority of a people and a country. If they have the ability to be accounted for, to be accountable, and still hold everything they have, still hold their position, still hold their power, that is very much so a measure of a great country. So, I want to give a big shout out to Adam DeRito. We will probably try to have him on the show very soon. Yeah, we're going to stick this radar actually over here by the sort of military sector that we got going. Why not a dungeon by the Pentagon, right? This is actually the Octagon, is what this is right here. Okay, this is what we're actually going to do. That, and we're going to make this a little less visible. There we go. So we do have power outages across the across the island. But our foreign workers have arrived. Our H1NB whatever visas have arrived. These factories already have way more input just from these two farms right here. They have more than enough what they need of the sugar and coca to just produce as much chocolate as we need. So Madam Dictator has all the chocolate that she could ever want and need. And all the pharmaceuticals she could ever want or need as well.
Presidente, for the first time in my life, I actually feel the thirst for knowledge. This is so great that I want to share it with everyone.
All right, we get globalist help, and we have people that we have globalists like us, and we get more research bonus.
Splendid,
Absolutely.
old boy. Tropico is most certainly becoming an important player in the process of globalization.
And this, so we're gonna have free office buildings as a result. So we talked about this before. Offices just kind of make money out of nothing. So actually, yeah. What do people need this? They need somewhere to live, right? We don't really need. They don't really need anything more than this. Remember, offices generate income by how much people live by them. So. Definitely want to have a cheapskate run the pharmaceutical companies because they have a huge budget. Alright, environmentalists. Kamala will stay in the presidential palace for that. There needs to be some tourists. There needs to be some tourists here. Let's build a cruise ship. Apparently there's oil by the cruise ship. I don't know who would want to be here, but we'll make a cruise ship for some tourists, I guess. Yeah, let's get a tourist industry going, you know? We'll put it right by the police station.
Good
Never mind.
news, my dear fellow. The Russians have a generous proposition for us. They want to export some of their oligarchs to our shores, and in exchange they won't invade us.
Probably won't invade us. The Russian president had to say this on the matter while on his annual bear riding vacation. Russian businessmen need to move better climate health reasons. Build new offshore office. Good pals. Don't build offshore office? Won't be good pals. Your choice. So we get 20 Russian immigrants. And we definitely want that as Kamala Harris. You know, just completely acting with kid gloves towards the Russians in the beginning. So throughout her whole vice presidency. So we build some offshore offices then, I suppose.
Good news, my dear.
Oh, apparently we only need one of them. So yeah, sure, why not? Well, China do the other one. So this, the new buildings that we have in the game are waterborne stuff. So stuff like here, like oyster farms. We have fish trawlers, which basically this vehicle is entirely, this building is entirely to fix the broken system of how you get fish, which is wharves, which basically continuously drain fish. So it's basically impossible to get fish on the island naturally. This fixes that. Otherwise, we have like floating things which really make use of the fact that you're surrounded by water, so there's part of the map that's just not usable. Now it is. And we have some entertainment stuff. Espionage, very, very self-explanatory. These are 2 new additions that we have for all of you to enjoy. And that's one of the reasons we wanted to come back to this. Do this at least one more time with Kamala Harris, you know, for the fun of it. And her sister, question mark, most likely, maybe, we don't know. So yeah, I want to take this moment to say thank you all for joining us for all of our misadventures. We really had a great time just, you know, meeting all of you, going through this journey together with Donald Trump and the Make America Great Again movement in general. Okay, I guess that's just gonna clip through. That's fine. I was kind of wondering about that. I've seen it go forward. There's not a lot of construction going on here. Not gonna lie. And nobody wants to work at the hospital. It's just like real life. So we have these offices, they're making a little bit of money. This cruise ship has lost us money, actually, quite significantly, because no tourist wants to come to the island. So we're just gonna sink this cruise ship.
Everyone seems to have invested too much in this modern science thing. I say, let's take it even further.
Again, Democrat Paradise Island. Let's take it. Let's take science too far.
Elections are coming, Presidente.
All right, we have our first election as Kamala. We have a protest here. We're done. We're sending in the army. We are not having any crime lords or anything like that. Kill that crime lord. Oh my goodness. We just shot at the protesters.
Speak up! Old and bold.
You know it's bad when you got the elderly out protesting you, which is something that Biden and Kamala Harris had. So, yeah, we are not doing well in this election so far. 30% approval rating. We have 12 months to figure it out otherwise. I don't know what we did wrong, honestly, to be honest, you know? I really don't. We let them have their shanty. I didn't realize that the unless you make them personal death squads, they will continue to have their So Kamala Harris just ordered muskets fired at the protesters. Actually, is what just happened. Oh man. Only out of America.
Russia has sent us another request, old bean. This signed picture of the Russian president riding a shark arrived with the communique.
I love this completely making fun of Putin. Remember when all of us had like this sort of funny version of what Putin was, and he wasn't a literal genocidal dictator? Those were the days. Comrade President, we are good friends. Russian people, we love water. We love water. We try to take water in Baltic. We try to take water in Black Sea. Everywhere where Russian goes, they take water. This is why Russian, they take the toilet from Ukraine. Ukraine have toilet have water. Russian, we like water. See, that is what we do. The implication that Russians drink toilet water is entirely concentrated to war criminals, Russian soldiers, Russian officials, etc. Russian people love Tropico. They love Kamala Harris. They think you are very incompetent. We appreciating. You build new houses on water. We send people to Tropico. So literally, our entire economy right now is going to be literally propped up by Russian immigrants right now. So that's maybe they'll all vote for us. That's really all we can hope for. And what's cool and kind of odd is that floating stuff builds instantly because there's no way to build it, obviously. So we got a couple people there. We're going to have new houses for the Russian immigrants that are coming. 52 Russian immigrants. That we're literally getting 1/4 larger a population, and I would just laugh so hard if this is how we're going to win this election.
Good day.
Well, that and bribing the communists. Definitely going to do that. We're going to see what our... no entertainment, no healthcare, no religion. At least the communists like us. The nationalists don't, obviously. Capitalists don't. Industrial... Who cares about all those people, I guess. The militarists technically do. We are probably supported by the war hawks. Here they are. Welcoming! Welcoming! Welcome! One of them is already... I don't know how one of them is over... Oh, okay. I thought that was one of the immigrants, that actually a worker at the docks.
Hola, greetings.
Alright, let's build up these educational institutions because Democrats will spend money on education, at least, no matter how poor it is. Because they have modern, interactive education modernization. There we go. Take note, real life. Let's have modernized and interactive electronic education. I like that. So we have fish, meat, milk, and pharmaceuticals. This sounds like a Democrat paradise. Maybe not the milk part. We are making a lot of chocolate. This is good. But the question becomes, do we have enough power for... Nope, we do not have enough power for more pharmaceutical companies. Nope, sorry, Kamala. Build these embassies so that we can have foreign powers actually show up. Russia, the Middle East, the EU, and the United States. Which the United States we have the lowest relationship with, so... We're gonna praise China and see if any of them want to give us a job. Let's build that Ministry of Information, let's build that prison, and that police blimp. I don't know what's taking construction so long, honestly. They haven't barely made anything.
Those Yankees from the colonies are whining for attention, old thing. They are jealous that we've become close with the Russians.
I mean... Okay, another office, another offshore office. Really, we could just make that right here. So easy to make, honestly. Question is that can we actually, like, acquire this oil over here now? Oh well, we'll figure that out. Again, oil isn't important for us right now. Alright, so I guess we'll make a couple more offices, even though it'll drain our... You know what? No, yeah, it'll drain our workforce, never mind. Our workforce is pitiful. Terrible. Even with these Russian immigrants. Okay, we really need to make these apartments here. This is not going very well. Everything will cause power shortages. But we need to get people into housing. We need to get this shantytown out of here because apparently people are about to rip us apart. So through the power of the state, we will build projects that will make people want to vote for us and not anybody else. And a building permit in order to increase the cost in order to... we're stealing money. That's what we're doing here. So...
Viva el presidente!
Bribe the globalists. Make sure the globalists are in full support of us. Wait, alright. We just want to get an idea of what all this stuff is. We want to... home propaganda and political brainwashing.
Influence the outcome of
no, we obviously need to election fraud because we're literally going to lose this election if we don't. We've only been here for we've been here for literally on the island 4 years. So if we lose the election, it would be really funny, actually. Political brainwashing. Definitely need that. Propaganda. Forced labor, yes! Like we did before, Kamala Harris will force criminals to perform labor for the state, as she did in California. Political blimps also, it converts voters and prevents protests peacefully, is what we'll do with that. So we really need people to work for our...
Has happened, Presidente.
No! We have lost the elections. What? Why? All we did was create a slave labor force in order to make chocolate and pharmaceuticals for our dear leaderess.
That devilish combination of the global economy, the Illuminati, bad weather, and just plain rotten luck made you lose. Please leave your beard and your hat on your desk on your way out.
Oh man, you know, like we said, exactly 4 years. And we can no longer be unburdened by what was before. We must now be burdened by what is right in front of us. And actually perfect timing, because we are going to be getting back to the coverage of the presidential inauguration. We are going to be bringing more reports for you guys. So we hope you enjoyed this little last hurrah of Kamala Harris. We really didn't get a chance to see all of this modern stuff in action, though. Very, very, very disappointing. But that's okay, because this series will continue. But not with Kamala Harris. There is, of course, another tyrant, a recently overthrown dictator, a dictator, not a dictator, by the name of Bashar al-Assad. And we will be joining him as Russia finds a desert. Actually, probably this island right here, actually. You know, it's interesting that we lost our election and we were trying to get the Russians to help us so much. You know, when the Russians came in, it's all making sense. The Russians sent their immigrants to Kamala Harris's island, which was dying of poor healthcare, poor socialist healthcare that was free. People were dying of it, and they slowly took over. They replacement migration, immigration, if you will. And now this island is a Russian island. We thought that the Russians would deliver this election for Kamala Harris, but the opposite has happened. Now the Russians will give this island to their dear friend Bashar al-Assad. We'll see if he can do something better with it. Is a brutal Syrian dictator better at governing a tropical island in exile than our own never-to-be Madam President? The second one, it should be said, not the cackling one. The other cackling one. Can we... Yeah, okay, I think we developed a pattern recognition software here that we can say, Democrats, you have certain archetypes that just don't work. They're just not that into you. But we really appreciate all of you guys here joining us for Hispanic Patriot. Every day, every week that we have content. Thank you so much. Again, happy Inauguration Day. Thank you very much to everybody who helped make this possible. Thank you to everybody who comments, shares, likes, and subscribes. And we will see you in the next time on the show later today during Inauguration Day, the ball. We will have a special report. Look out for that. Look out for a lot more content from Colorado Hispanic Republicans as well. We are going to hit the year off strong and run it all the way for years. Unlike Kamala Harris on a tropical island. I hope you guys had fun. Thank you so much. Take care. And we'll see you very soon.